I'm Jasmin Queen. Welcome to the Ingles table. As the winner of ABC's My Diet is Better Than Yours, I learned that while food can indeed be life-changing, it can also be a lot of fun. And today, it's all about a warm beverage on a cold day. And one of my favorite things about this time of year is pulling out those old family favorites. Today, I'm making a delicious cider that has been in my husband's family for generations. We've enjoyed it for years, and now I'm excited to share it with you using great ingredients from right here at Ingles. I just got back from Ingles. I have all of this stuff here to make my Queen family cider recipe. This is a secret recipe until today, and I am so excited that I finally get to share it. It's the best cider you're ever gonna have. So what we have is we have a pot here with some cranberries, and we have a gallon of water. I already have this going because you have to wait until the cranberries pop. And what I mean by that is you'll actually hear these guys pop, and they turn a little pinkish. So you can see the color here. They're not red anymore because all of the juice has come out in the water here. And like I said, this takes about an hour, so I already have this going, so we don't have to wait an hour here. So also in here, I have a spice packet, and in the spice packet, we have whole cloves and allspice. I actually have a tea ball in here, but if you don't have one of those, you can use a cheesecloth, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make a spice packet out of this cheesecloth. I picked this up at Ingles. What we're gonna do is we're going to lay this out. So we have a cheesecloth here. This is a really big one, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a little bit of this so we can have the size we need. All right, so I have a square here. All right, so we have our cheesecloth. We're gonna take our whole allspice. We're gonna use about 1.5 tablespoons of that, and we're gonna put that right here in the middle. And then we're gonna do the same with the whole cloves. Again, about 1.5 tablespoons. And we're gonna put that right there too. And then we already have stick cinnamon in here, so we don't need to put that in our packet. And we're just gonna take this, and then we're gonna twist it a little bit, and then we're going to tie it. And there we have our spice pack, and that's what you're gonna put in there. When you first put the cranberries in water and stick cinnamon, you're gonna put a spice pack in there as well. This is the hardest part of this recipe because this is heavy. So we're gonna be really careful while we pour this. We're gonna pour it right here. In the sink, I have a pot and a strainer. So we're gonna take this. The trick is to pour it super fast. So we're gonna go really fast into our strainer here. And if we get a few berries in our water, that's okay. This way it's a little bit easier though. So we're gonna go back one more time. Make sure that we're getting all the seeds and all the cranberries out. There we go. So now we have a cider with no seeds, no cranberries. We're ready to go. Our next step is to put some orange juice, and I like to use no pulp. If you love pulp, then you can go ahead and use the orange juice with the pulp in it. All right, so we're gonna pour our orange juice in here. And then the next step is 1 cup of sugar. I know that I normally swap everything, and I'll tell you, I tried to swap this recipe last year. It did not work. You cannot swap this recipe. You need the sugar. It's only 1 cup of sugar, and this makes a ton of glasses of cider. And we're just gonna pour that in here. So we have the sugar, we have the orange juice in here, and now we need to add our spice packet and our stick cinnamon back in. When you're looking at your stick cinnamon, you're gonna notice it has a little bit of cranberry seeds in it, and it has some cranberries, so you're gonna wanna rinse those off and put those back. All right, so there we go, and then we're gonna put our tea ball back in here. Again, if you're using the cheesecloth, you're gonna put that back in right now. You're gonna wanna give this a really good stir, and then we're just gonna let it simmer for 12 to 24 hours. The longer you let it simmer, the more flavorful the spices become. One really important tip about this when you're letting it simmer, never let it boil. If you let it boil, the orange juice is gonna get really bitter and it's not gonna have a good flavor to it. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you let it simmer on a very low setting. I didn't want you guys to have to sit here with me for 12 to 24 hours, so I went ahead and made a glass for us. This is what the finished product looks like. I like to put a little stick cinnamon in mine to make it a little bit more festive. But here is the end result for our Queen family cranberry cider. Now it's time to raise a glass to cold days and warm mugs. Remember, check out more recipes, tips, and tricks right here on inglestable.com. See you next time.